fast, rolling faster than a rocker, racing homesick to the ground. I know you're thinking about it. Have you got the guts? No, I doubt it. Just play it cool and we'll be out of here. Don't try to be the hero, no, no. Don't try no funny business. I got this trigger finger, my little itch keeps scratching. Keep crying, zip your mouth shut. Nobody gets hurt. Cold air, sweat drips, steam blows out from chapped lips. Ditch the car, burn the clothes, just like Cassidy and Sundancer.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's the team, down at St Andrews. We are all supporters of our team. We chant at Super Blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so
Talk show. We've got some special guests in the house tonight. Freddie Kempson, he's off camera because he's a little bit shy. We may get him on a bit later. And Ian Connor from Bordesley Labour Club. Very welcome to you both. Nice to see Mr. Sheen. Mrs. Brown. Mrs. Brown. He only has one job. He only has one job. Every week. Every week. And of course for myself, a very good evening. A perfectly honoured minute silence at St Andrews on Saturday. Absolutely well done to every single person that was there. These things are never easy. They're never easy to organise, and they're never easy to keep 20,000 people quiet. But it was impeccable, and it was. I've still got goosebumps now. I've played it over and over and over many, many times. And as we always do on the Tilton Talk Show, we will now observe our minute silence as it is Remembrance Day today. For all of the fallen, not only in the two world wars, but all conflicts since then, and for all those soldiers that suffer from PTSD, which is a charity I'll be picking up on. I'll tell you about a bit later, something that we do in our hometown. And of course, for all those that were injured and those that helped them. So, 1 minute. Guys, strap yourself in, get ready for the show, because here we go. It's the Tilton Talk Show. It's what Monday nights are made for. Mr. Hipkiss, nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too, Nick.
I didn't see you Saturday. I was looking out for the glow, but couldn't quite peer over final. My God, it was cold, wasn't it?
It was freezing.
I was shivering from start to finish proper. I really was really, really cold. You didn't go, did you?
I did.
You did go?
Yeah. I wasn't cold when I was sitting. I was quite comfortable.
Sits with the posh people, don't he? Hey?
Yeah, I was.
Did you go with him, Fred? Yeah, okay. Ian, you are from the Bordesley Labour Club. Thank you so much for coming over, and an absolute massive thank you for all those bags and bags and bags and bags of stuff you've loaded up in Brownie's car tonight, mate. That's incredible.
That's all thanks to everyone. They all come to the Bordesley Labour. Obviously, the drop-off point is there every week without fail. They're always filling the bags full. So just keep up the hard work. It does
absolutely.
Get a good course.
And we all know that everything in there will be used to its maximum. Horrible time of year. It's cold. It's wet. It's damp. So do what you can, people. 3 drop-off points, as always, for BHST. You can contact Mrs. Brown. He's got facilities just local. the Bordesley Labour Club and also the Conservative Club over in Chelmsley Wood. God, got it right. Yes. You have no idea after I practice that at home, mate. Right. Okay, let's get on to Saturday's game. No win for Blues on Saturday, a freezing cold game, and as I say, the minute silence perfectly observed, and well done to everybody. Wow, there wasn't even a turnstile, not a click, nothing. Beautiful.
No,
that's how it should be.
Excellent, yeah.
And the poppies coming down on the big screen was poignant.
And the flag as well, obviously.
The flag was just brilliant. Just amazing, wasn't
fantastic.
it?
Yeah.
Great touch. Nice one, Birmingham City. Well done. As always, of course, we're sponsored by Boyle Sports, the principal sponsor of Birmingham City Football Club, which I forgot to mention at the top of the show, but then we had other things on our minds today. And Munch's Cafe in Alton, Bordesley Labour Club, and all the hard work that you guys do. Thanks ever so much. Thanks for supporting us. And SAS Autos. Now, this goes out on Podbean. This goes out on Facebook, on all Good Blues Facebook pages tonight. All we ask you to do is share it so that you can be in chance with some prizes next week. We'll do a draw later, I'm sure, for last week's one. Also, YouTube. We're on YouTube tonight, or
we're on YouTube now, yeah.
We're on YouTube. We're live on YouTube, and we're also live on Twitter.
Struggling with Twitter at the moment.
Oh, struggling with Twitter. Okay, all right. But then there is an awful lot of work for this guy to do before we get this show on the road. It's not just a 5-minute little thing that he does here every week, even though he only gets one job. Right, tell us all about the Bordesley Labour Club, how long you've been there, etc., etc.
Me and a partner took it over just over 18 months ago, coming up to now. We are located in Smallheath, a little bit 5-minute walk away from the ground. We do try and obviously invite as much Birmingham City as we can. We're also open to other events, so obviously private hire room, bits and pieces. Anyone, if you wanted to rent the room or hire the room for anything, conferences or weddings.
I forgot that point. Show you that video.
You can't remember what he was saying.
How rude. How very rude of me.
Private functions, weddings, parties, christenings, 18th, 21st, all the rest, everything else. We don't, 9 times out of 10, we don't normally, we're not really expensive, but obviously because we're on the Tilton Talk Show tonight, anyone who does book the room within the month of December, and obviously give you guys Tilton Talk Show as a reference, we'll give you free room hire, and obviously we can go from there then, just for that month of December.
But if that is the case, then we'll make good use of it for somebody else.
No problem at all.
That's what we do. Yeah.
That's
what we do. That's how we do it. So give us the directions then to the Bordesley Labour Club from the football ground.
As you come out of St Andrews, come out through the Copway as if you're going towards Morrison's, straight down the Coventry Road as if you're going towards Asda, and we are the 4th turning on your right, 200 yards on your left hand side. That's where we are. 18 Whitmore Road.
And there's blue signs all over the place.
You can't miss that big keep right hand sign that stands right up the side of it. So
I do want to come and nick it, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, I'm not going to tell you where you got it, but never.
Yeah, I looked at it. I thought, I wonder if I could climb that scaffold.
To be fair, the top one that we had, that was kindly donated to us. That was used. I think it was last Remembrance, when they had Keep White, and then there was a second part to it as well, and they had it out against the Villa at home last year, and they kindly donated that for 4 tickets for Barry Fry. So, and that's where it sits now. It sits proudly at the top of the club on the entrance.
Great, it looks brilliant from the outside. Because it was my first time there. I had actually tried to walk there once previous, but I was running late and met the guys on the way back down. They said no, don't bother because it was packed anyway.
Yeah.
So I turned back, went into the football ground, but then for the Cardiff game, last week, Brew 11, can't beat that kid. And I was driving down and I stopped literally about 25 yards before the club.
Yeah.
When we winded down and said to this gentleman outside, I said, "Excuse me, mate, where's the Bordesley Labour Club?" "No, don't know."
We are a bit out the way, as I said. We do obviously if you use go onto our Facebook page, we are on Facebook at Bordesley Labour, Twitter and Instagram. There is a map where you can drop a pin just as to where you are, and you'll see exactly where we are. So
a mighty fine breakfast night I had. Thank you very much for that as well last week.
The old lady.
Shame about the rugby. An interesting coach journey both ways. And a great day out. Another memorable away day. Brilliant.
No, but as I said, we have got Huddersfield, Reading, and Sheffield Wednesday as well. Every away game, we will be taking coaches to every away game. So as soon as we get the posters up, we ping them all over social media.
And is the best thing to do get onto Facebook and message her?
What they'll do is, if someone contacts us through the contact numbers or through Facebook, what we do is we send a text out. We just take a deposit. It's got all the bank account details and everything on. Then once you pay the deposit, you don't actually pay the rest until you turn up on the morning of departure, and then happy days from there.
Cracking. Great. Everything was on time. We come out of Cardiff dead quick. And yeah, it was all right. It was good. Soaking, filthy, horrible wet day. But it was good. You know, it's an away day, isn't it? You've got to do them at your... Oh, lovely. Love 'em. Wonderful. All right, for you tonight then, we've got the 3-word review, the Tilton hat-trick. We're going to talk about the Fulham game shortly, the standard of the referee, and the minute silence, which I've already done, and thank you very much for that. Beela's new appearance, or Bella. I'd prefer him to call Beela, to be honest with you, because, Jeremy Beela. Cardiff of today parted company with our manager. I don't know whether you know that one. We've got Alphabetic Blues, of course, our friends here from the Bordesley Labour Club. News on Excessive Blues. Richard Hayler's managed to remember to put his clock back and is up watching this show. Thank you very much for that. News of what's happening in the Captain's Club. The Poppy Shirts, Pucker Pie is returning to St Andrews. I'll have an update on that one later on. Oh. And what was your first game of memories? We've also got Pastygate and the video of the 2 kids with Juki. So plenty to get through tonight. Plus, obviously, everything and anything that these wonderful people that listen and support us every week come up with. Now, we've got a box of Peaky Blinders lager.
Yep, that's yours.
Sweet as a nut, that. No, when you said it's yours, you actually looked at me, not him.
I thought he was looking at me.
No. I'll replay it.
Yeah.
You can split it between us. You'll be on.
Yeah.
VAR job in that one.
And 3 lovely Peaky Blinders glasses that'll go in the collection at home with any blues room in the memorial room. If that's
no problem at all. You're welcome, guys.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And as I say, please support the BHST people. Get as many bags over to this man as you possibly can. We want to see him sweat.
You don't.
No, we probably don't. Did you go to the game on Saturday, Fred?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, shame about the result though, wasn't it, mate? Hey-ho. Right, the Fulham game. Okay, so the silence was impeccably observed.
Yeah.
Then we cracked on with the game.
Yeah.
And midfield, we looked a little bit out of sorts. Sonic didn't have his best game, I didn't think. Refereeing again. Yeah, this guy was...
Refereeing is...
Gillet. His name was Gillet.
Yeah.
Or Gillett, actually, wasn't it? But
we seem to
he
get
wasn't very posh, was he? Gillett.
It's been a long time since we've had a good ref, isn't it, really? I can't remember.
Crying out for
Last time I said to anyone the ref had a good game, to be honest, down the Blues. But despite the results, Saturday was a very special day for me because obviously I've mentioned before that it was my 9-year-old's daughter's first ever game. And despite the result, she absolutely loved it. She could have sat there for another 90 minutes and watched another game. I was quite surprised. I was expecting her. She was really cold, but she loved it that much. I was expecting her to be wanting the toilet every 5 minutes. Yeah. Didn't move at all. So she didn't go to the toilet once throughout the whole game. And she was just glued to the match all the way through.
She's a mini me, isn't she, bless her?
Yeah.
Spitting image of her dad.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, I've got to Photoshop this and take her out. But it's a little bit harsh, so I didn't.
But no, it was. Although we lost, it was a very obviously special day for me.
Okay, let's talk about that goal then, because I was sitting in block 39, and it certainly looked from where I was sitting, and I've watched it many times after, that there was a shove on Camp, and he just lost his balance.
Yeah.
It can happen.
Mike Smith. Sorry, I'm just reading what someone's put. Mike Smith has said, "Poor girl." Yeah, I agree, Mike.
Child cruelty.
Yeah, she'll probably never speak to me again now after But there you go. We'll see. I think I said before we came on air. I think Camp's height was the issue with that. The crosses came in, and it was just that little bit too high for him to hold on to it. And he probably should have known that by judging the ball coming in and just punched it out or done anything other than what he did. Yeah. But, it's one of them things. All goalkeepers...
It's split seconds, isn't it?
It's just happening...
You've got to make decisions there and then. You're on the ground. The game's going on in front of you.
Yeah.
Personally, from where from the angle that I was looking at when I sat, he just seemed to have a barge on him.
I think, obviously, the coming together of Roberts and their player was obviously in his eye line, weren't it? So it might have distracted him a little bit, but... I don't know if we can...
passing was a bit wayward at times. I don't know, we just didn't seem to get it together. And Gary Mander has written, "Who thinks we'll hammer some team soon?" I think we will.
I think we will
absolutely batter somebody soon.
Yeah. I do worry about goals though, where they're coming from.
Cause... listen, right? We've just bought this new guy, Bella, right? He came on. He looked sharp. He looked the business. He got right down that on the end line there. Whipped the ball back in again. And I thought, this is working. This is going to work. And we've got a basis of a really good, strong team there.
Oh yeah.
We're not having the rub of the green. We're not having the rub of the officials, certainly. And I don't know. I do think someone's going to catch one soon. A proper good beating.
I think I've said on here before, haven't I? The two areas where we need improving is, in my opinion, like I said before, is the goalkeeper and the striker with Djukovic. If we make those two signings in January, then we could be, taken a lot more seriously by other teams.
You see, we've always
for the top six.
We've always been blessed with absolute top quality goalkeepers all through the years at St Andrews, even from when I was Fred's age. How old are you, Fred? 11. So I think that's about when I went to my first game. Yeah. So even from then, we've always been blessed with really top quality goalkeepers.
Yeah.
And we've gone through some. Look. Let's just go back a year or two. We've gone through some really difficult times, some hard times, changing the managers, changing styles, didn't work, this didn't work, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Now Pep is actually getting a team around him, which seems more settled, they seem more together. They even seem more together to me than under both Rowett and the other one. I can't remember his name, see, he's gone.
Monk or Zola or Redknapp or...
No, Monk. No,
Monk.
No, we lost the plot with Zola. He didn't have the players to do what
he was trying to do.
He's trying to do now.
No, that's right.
And then players are coming in. We're still signing players with Birmingham City. A third of the way through the season, we just go and make a signing like that.
If someone said to you in August, Nick, that coming into the international break in November...
International break, don't start me.
Coming into the international break in November, I'm talking now before a ball was kicked, that we'll be 13th in the league. Yeah. And what are we, 4 points, 5 points off the playoffs?
Yeah. Well, we were 2 last week, weren't we? 2 points off
4 points off the playoffs, 13th in the league. It's not bad, is it, overall?
No,
it's better than I expected us to do.
What we've got to do, we've got to be patient with this transition period, right? And we've got to give Pep every ounce of our support that we possibly can, right? Whether it's a caretaker or whatever they want to call him, I ain't bothered. As far as I'm concerned, he's the manager. That's it. That's all I call him, because that's all I've ever been used to all through my life.
Yeah.
And give him the support. And he made the substitutes right at the right time. Yeah. But we were just lacking that little something Saturday. We were just whether it was just how freezing cold it wasn't. It was really bitter cold. Same at Cardiff again. I can't excuse the cold because they're professional footballers, but I was sitting and I was physically shivering.
But they're out on the pitch running around, so they're not going to... Yeah. But I think, it was one of them games where if we were still playing now, we probably wouldn't have scored, Yeah. It's just the way it goes sometimes, isn't it? Just whatever you do, it ain't going to happen.
Could have quite easily turned into Stoke at home again, couldn't it? It's comfortable, could have gone that way. So.
Did either of you see the Bellingham incident?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, he had a bit of a coming together, didn't he, with Mitrovic after that challenge. Nothing major, really. It was just all...
Well, Bellingham went off at half-time holding his nose. So whether he got his nose was bleeding, was it?
It was his lip, yeah.
Well, Mitrovic must be really proud of him picking on a 16-year-old.
16-year-old kid.
Fresh out of school. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
But
or am I too harsh?
Less said the best.
Yeah, so,
I've never less said the best. Whatever comes out my mouth, whether anybody likes it or not. Boom.
So we're 13th. We're closer to the top than the bottom.
Yep.
And in my opinion, we're only a couple of players off being a serious team. I'm talking from what I've seen over, not just Saturday now, I'm talking about the whole season so far, what I've watched. We're only a couple of improvements in the team from being,
My thoughts are, with Pep, you're going to get them games.
Of course you are.
Because he's not going to change his style.
No.
So I say, personally, let's just back him. Let's see what happens. Let's just run with it and see what happens.
Because we're not worried at the moment about relegation or in a scrap or in a fight or a battle like we have been. Look at Stoke where they are. Look at them.
And Middlesbrough.
And obviously I come from it that way, and I do speak a lot to the Derby fans, the Stoke fans, and there's a Wolves fan that you just physically can't speak to because you ain't got no brains. So. What? And I'll talk about a game of football to anybody that will talk about a game of football with me. Yeah, right. If it's I don't want to know. I want a sensible conversation with you.
Yeah.
And I said to Ken, who runs the club downstairs from where I live, I said Stoke City should not be in this position. He goes, but they are. He said, but they are. And they've had some bad luck, and I know it's not Blues related, but it's the league related, right? And we've been there, so we know what it's like to get out of a battle. Change the manager, 4-2. Okay, it was another relegation scrap for them. What's going to happen when they come up against the big boys again now? It'd be interesting to see.
Did you not think with Pep coming in, though, that possibly could have been us?
Yeah.
As to where we are now.
Yeah.
Could
I
have
think-
possibly been us in that situation, couldn't it?
I think every August, mate, every May, every time we kick a ball.
Well, we did a special on here, didn't we, after Monk went? And my concerns, like, well, a lot of other people's that I'd spoken to, were that we were going to, obviously, fearing another disaster here.
We haven't capitulated.
No,
right,
we haven't.
We haven't.
And that, I know we're doing better than I expected, I'll be honest.
Bright young prospects coming through
Yeah.
who are going to be saleable assets
Yeah.
for the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then as long as we've got bright young prospects to come through to replace them, then I should be quite happy. Thank you very much.
I mean, the dream is that they stay with us, we go up, and we become a, decent Premier League team again, like mid-table. We'd all settle for that, wouldn't we?
Would you want to be a Manchester City?
Would I want to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't deny that one. You'd have to take that one.
They've got a lot of their fans are like us, aren't they? They've been there through thick and thin.
Yeah.
But,
They have, yeah.
yeah.
They've been to League Two and had 30,000 still in League Two, haven't they? And
Yeah.
they've worked
Yeah,
themselves
yeah.
through. So.
Yeah.
Lindsay Phillip, this game on Saturday took the youngest and her friend to watch England's women's game. Seems like I missed nothing for nothing. Yeah, never mind. Is Mrs. Brown wearing a Bronx hat? Are you wearing a Bronx hat?
No.
No.
I'm on screen.
You've got some very rude lettering underneath.
There you go. What have I got on front of it?
Right, Craig Courtney said, "Don't forget me and Adam Wilkes. How could I possibly? We played all right. Fulham just took their chance, but they're a really good team, and we'll be up there at the end of the season. So not a terrible result. They are a really
That's
good
very
team.
true,
But
yeah.
I think when they came to St Andrews last time, when they came out, they just hit that wall of noise, and St Andrews was absolutely on fire that day.
It was a totally different game
Yeah.
that was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And totally different meanings into the game and everything for us. But I mean, Mitrovic is worth more than our whole squad on his own, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I think if we sold our players now, we'd probably fetch more than what Mitrovic is worth for the lot.
Yeah.
But the actual reality is that they bought him for more than what we paid for our whole squad.
Yeah.
You'd never see Blues going to pay that money for a striker.
No.
That's one
Was he
thing you
30
wouldn't-
million?
I think it's
30 million, wasn't it?
15. I don't know. They
Yeah, I
paid
don't
an
know.
awful lot.
I thought it was 30 million,
They
yeah.
paid an awful lot of money for him.
Liam Carroll, can I get a shout out for Jordan Miller, who married Ruth on Saturday? We had George Stagg at the Bordesley for Bristol Friendly, where we dressed him as Polly, nicknamed Polly Filler. I was the best man, like Alfie Solomon.
And I remember.
You
I remember
that,
them
yeah?
guys going to Bristol City. Great crowd, cracking crowd. And congratulations.
Yeah, too right. Congratulations for everybody here at the Tilton Talk Show as well. Lindsay, the hate I've seen towards camp has been vile. No need. Right, my players made an error, and it's always the goalkeeper that gets the blame, because you can make 10 outfield errors that can get covered up by, he's got a defence in front of him as well, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Boom.
Did we miss Dean the weekend?
I thought Clark Salter had a good game, actually, going back to that. I like Dean as well. I think Roberts has played okay this season so far as well. But I think Clark Salter come in and, that wasn't really noticeable that Dean wasn't playing, even though Dean hasn't done a lot wrong, really, for me.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that? Or
Maybe it was just a change-up.
Yeah.
Roberts had to learn to play with him. They didn't have much time.
No.
Blues still appealed the red card on the strength that he'd get turned over. So
Yeah.
Kev Kelly, Nick, no one-touch camp. Roberts bumped him once he was on the way down, but was never claiming that ball at 5'9".
That's the problem, innit? You're playing goal, you make a mistake, it's a goal.
Absolutely.
You're a striker up front, you miss a good chance. You get another chance, don't you?
You've got to look at the other
And
pitch
it's-
as well.
and,
We
yeah.
are missing an awful lot of chances in front of goals. as well.
Yes, we are.
Even if you go back to Cardiff, we should have been
we are.
3-0 up home and clear.
Exactly
before
right,
that even
yeah,
started.
spot on.
Racers, apart from the clanger, I don't think Camp had a lot to do. He made
No.
that one good save, didn't he? That was,
Towards the end, yeah.
Yeah.
They actually scored as well, didn't they? But they were offside.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Pedersen had a good chance, didn't he, at the first half? That was a good effort. So yeah, I think a draw was probably a fair result overall.
He had a draw of it.
There was only one mistake in it really that affected the result.
And Steve Portman says Camp isn't that bad. Best keeper we currently have. Stephen Gill is better a winger or a striker. I believe he's a winger,
Yeah.
but with striking capability.
Thierry Henry started on the wing, didn't he? So you never know.
Well, if he's half as good as him, we'll be all right.
We'll be all right.
Nick Rawson says, why don't we put a cheeky bid in for Jack Rawson? I'll tell you why, Nick, because his confidence is shot. His confidence is completely and utterly shot. He's a
For who,
different-
sorry?
He's Jack Butland.
Oh, Jack Butland?
Yeah. And how much money would we not make out of the sale if we bought him back again?
I think the reality is they want double figures for him, don't they, in the millions? So I don't think we'd spend that. Joe Hart's probably a more realistic target, but ultimately we just got to support what's there, haven't we, until January and see what happens.
Linda Ensor Robbins missed the last 30 minutes due to paramedics looking after Jack. He was cold, wet, and asthma was kicking in. It was freezing. It was freezing. Linda. Got to do it every week. Got to do it. Kev Kelly, even Pep has reached his limit with companies, having words with Flahaven, the goalkeeper coach.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so...
Yeah. Well, it'd be interesting to see what happens if they do make any changes. But Ramos, I think he's probably going to have to be settled in first, isn't he? He's come over here from Madrid.
How old is he, Ramos?
19 or something.
19. Yeah, a little bit young, I think, for a goalkeeper.
Well, I don't know.
We
At
tried
championship
it
level.
with Truman last year, didn't we? He had the one game, then all of a sudden Monk sort of brought Camp in, and it was a case of we never really seen Truman again. What's the issue with Stockdale? Do we know? Does anyone know what the problem is with
Apparently he's
Stockdale?
injured his wrist again in training.
I wonder.
I don't know.
No, I won't speculate.
But
Okay. There was a supporters forum on at St Andrews last week. I don't know whether you were aware.
okay.
No, neither was I. Was you?
I think we were with Ian Dutton. I think he sent us an email, but I might have missed it.
It'd be nice for this forum to get an invite, to be perfectly fair, because our audience is now massive. How many were we on last one? He's got his headphones on again. God. Somebody needs to take his photograph, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we were invited along to the supporters forums, to be fair. We've got a lot to bring to the table, and we've got a voice, and we're lucky to have that voice, genuinely, that we can communicate out to other people. So yeah, right. Met up with my disabled friends, my friends from Accessi Blues, before the game in Bar 8, as I'm now making a habit of doing. Lovely people, wonderful, wonderful people. But again, at St Andrews, they were sitting at the front of the Gilmerick Lower, with their ponchos on and one thing and another. Please, can we do something? It's not really fair, is it, to leave these people in the pouring rain? And it did pour down for, like, if not all, most of that game. And it was bitterly, bitterly cold. Now, I was sitting at the top of block 39 and I was bitterly cold. And I wasn't wet. When I got wet walking too, if you know what I mean.
Since you've said that last week, I've noticed even watching football on TV, a lot of the grounds, the disabled
It's
supporters
not
are right
Birmingham
at the front.
City. It's not Birmingham City.
Liverpool yesterday, they're right behind the goal.
Yes, yeah.
You know, literally last row, right behind the goal.
No, it's not Birmingham City, and I'm not blaming our football club, because we do have other areas, around the ground. But wouldn't it be nice just to get them under cover?
The only thing
because they have got the disabled part in the Cop, haven't they?
yes,
Where the old
As
family
you go
stand
in,
used to be.
To the left.
Surely the railway pretty much sets up the same as that. There is lifts in there, so I can't see why they couldn't do the same in the railway. Maybe so far up as you come through the entrances.
But the away fans have theirs underneath the roof for the disabled.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the away fans. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the away fans are.
Yeah, so
They're about 8 rows back,
Not
just
funny.
standing.
We could chop off a dozen, 20, 30 seats
Could
out
you?
and level up just a small area. Just to get these people, they love going to. You should see their faces, mate. They absolutely love going to the football.
Steve loves and dies for the Blues.
Oh, he's marvellous, mate.
But Blue, I think if you cut him with Blues, I really think he would.
Yeah. I mean, how about if they give them, like, even if they could stay where they were, but they almost give them like a dugout style cover,
Wouldn't it be nice?
something like that.
But then that's all right until the rain's coming this way at your face.
No, I think the only way round, they've got to move them back. 12
move them back.
to 14 rows. You've
Yes.
definitely got to come back 12 to 14 rows.
So please, Birmingham City, this is an appeal to you from me, and I'm sure from all of our disabled supporters. Please, could you look at doing something? It breaks my heart to see them sitting there in the rain.
Just on the note, obviously I know Steve watches the show.
He
Do
does,
they
yeah.
charge him extra if he was to go over to the Cop? Is there a reason that they put him in the railway, or is it?
I don't think there's many spaces left in the one in the Cop, to be honest.
So does it have to be
usually about
pre-booked and all that?
15 inaccessible. There was 15 in front of me at Cardiff, right? And that was the worst weather I've been at a football game. And I was you may as well have just took me out of a cold bath and stood me in the wind. And these people were still in front of me.
It's all for the love of the Blues.
I know, mate.
Yeah.
I know.
All I'm saying is that,
Hey, definitely moving back
I know
under
how
the
much
shop.
I suffer with my spine and one thing or another. Right, I've tweaked myself again this morning, so I ain't at my best at the moment, right? But at least I can still walk up the stairs and get a bovril or something, you know what I mean?
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
difference,
Yeah.
Difference.
Anyway,
Yeah.
3-word review.
You can get my crown just a bit in front of you. That's it. Nice one.
3-word review, Chris.
Yeah, I'll have
In 2 minutes, please. Yeah, okay. Okay, we've done the Fulham game then. The standard of the refereeing, not
Poor.
good.
No.
This guy was balled up, supposed to be, you know,
Some of the decisions against us, I mean, blatant free kicks, I thought, you know.
Blatant handball. What about that handball?
Yeah.
The penalty got. That was, I mean, 20-odd thousand people shouted handball.
Yeah.
And one referee stood 2 yards away from it, missed it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hey.
Winner of the 3-word review was Mr. Hobrow.
Mr. Hobrow, Mr. Ray Hobrow. Nice to see Ray on Saturday on Bar 8. Sorry I didn't get to see Christina and your daughter, but I did come to where you were, but you'd gone, so I had to. I make my apologies. My apologies.
Yep, the winner was Ray Hobrow with Slippery When Wet.
Ooh. Slippery when wet. Well done, Ray.
I'll see what he did there.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Speaking to somebody in catering at St Andrews on Saturday, and I just happened to mention the standard of the pies and the pasties. I've been told, and I don't know how true this is, but all I'm saying is that I'm just passing on words that were told to me on Saturday. Next season, Pucker Pies are returning.
Next season?
Yep, they've got a 12-month contract with this company, right? So we're just going to have to see it out and then wait for our Pucker Pies to come back.
To come back, the return of Pucker Pies.
8 months and what? 8 months and counting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to have a moan here now, right? But I went with my daughter, as you know. We went up to the club to see some good mates of mine.
No, you haven't got any points. Stop pretending.
And I got us a hot dog each from the kiosk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've obviously got
Are these the ones in the wrappers?
Yes,
Right.
the rollover
Like
ones.
a red wrapper.
Really nice. But let's say this is where I bought it, okay? My car's about, 2-minute walk from here, okay? And that's where the ketchup was. And I've got my 9-year-old daughter and crowds of people
Yeah, trying to get through.
and I'm like, I'm going to lose my daughter here at this rate. I'm trying to find ketchup. I'm making sure I'm not losing my daughter. I've got 2 hot dogs and a drink in my hands. I had to leave my daughter. Luckily, my mates were there waiting for her, so I left my daughter with my mates. I struggled with the hot dogs through the crowds of people. I asked about 3 people where the ketchup was, and in the end, I got to the ketchup, but it was nowhere near where you buy the hot dogs,
Great.
which is madness.
All I can say is when I went to Bordesley Labour Club, right, listen to this, and I put me a little bit of breakfast on my plate. The HP sauce was banging. It was there, mate. And the orange tomato sauce. No, you don't. There's certain things you don't compromise on in life. One is your sauces and your condiments.
Yeah.
Not ever. Almonds, mayonnaise. Got to be. You can't have cheap ones. Can't.
No.
Boom, was there. Push straight on. Boom, sat down. Brew 11. Whee!
See, on the edge of each counter, they've got like stirrers and sugar and whatever for tea and coffee, but no ketchup for hot dogs or anything like that. So you've got to go over the other end of the kiosk, the other end of the concourse, to get it, which is madness.
Unless somebody had made off with it.
No. Honestly, there literally was not a station there for it.
Oh, right.
So it needs to be at the end of where you buy them,
Yeah,
so that you can do it after you've bought it. And they just need to be mindful of that because, if I hadn't have got my mates there for her to stand with while I was going on a bit of a wild goose chase, we probably would have just left the ketchup.
Just a quick one, going back to Steve Portman there.
Yeah.
Cracking comment he's put there, to be fair. Fair play to him. Prices are the same in all wheelchair areas at the stadium. Both sheltered areas are difficult to get into, but he's actually admitted there's people more than himself that need them. So, come on, Blues, let's help these guys out and put them all in sheltered areas.
Too right.
Not leave certain people out in the cold. But fair play to Steve. He's obviously appreciating that people need him more than himself. Can't knock him for that. Top bloke.
Love him to bits, mate. He's absolutely great. It's always nice to see him. You know what? He's never not got a smile on his face. Huh?
Yeah.
Just turn around and boom, he's just been.
Yeah.
Whether he's laughing at me or what, I don't know. But no, football should do so much more. And I say it's not just Birmingham City. I've noticed it in many football grounds. And football should do so much more. It really should.
Yeah. But, there was a lot of positive things Saturday, though, like the minute silence and the way it was, not just the way it was observed, but what they actually put on for it as well was good, wasn't it? I was impressed with that. The flag and obviously the quality of the actual guy who played the tune as well during the minute silence.
How difficult is that in front of a football crowd?
I'd say it's very difficult.
We
haven't made a hash of it the last couple of years, haven't we?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a hash of it the last couple of years, but it went to perfection.
A young lad did it last year.
Yeah.
Right, and he kept practising beforehand, and he got it right and got it right and got it right and got it right. He's now in front of 20,000. It's a bit more daunting, isn't it?
Yeah.
100%.
God bless him. No, listen, he turned up, he had a go.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
It can't be easy to do that though in front of all them people.
No.
So.
Troy Deeney, January.
No. Never come.
I'd love him, but I can't see realistically. Can you see that happening?
And how much would Watford want for him?
Is he now 29?
29. Yeah.
It's too early yet, isn't it? I think when he gets to maybe 30.
You're smiling.
I'm just going through some of the comments. Someone just asked.
You don't have the inside information. Oh, okay, no.
He stood in the stands an awful lot this year, I must admit.
But then he's a Blues fan, isn't he?
And his parents still live, or one of his grandparents still live on Bolton Road, so.
It wouldn't surprise me if he plays for us before his career's up.
Still got a house in Sutton. Stranger things have happened, I suppose.
But what is he now? 20 million, 25 million at 29, I'd say. You'd pay that for him, wouldn't you?
What are they? Are they still bottom of the league? I don't usually look at the Premier League, to be honest with you.
He's coming to the Championship one way or another, isn't he? Over the end of the season in January, so.
Yeah. Okay, keep your comments coming, lovelies, and don't forget to share this on your personal Facebooks for him to be in for a chance for some prizes next week. Mike Smithy said before he would want to play for Blues, he wouldn't want to play for Blues, it'd be too much pressure, fans would turn to him for answers, and he doesn't want that.
I'm seeing a lot of talk about Duke. What's going on with Duke? What about Duke? Robert Preston's just said, is there a rumour going around about Djokovic going to the Baggies, is it again?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Someone asked earlier about in January going to West Brom.
Kev, we'll go back to Troy. Kev's too old and too expensive. He said he couldn't play for Blues. It could be awkward if it didn't go well.
I'll tell you one mind off Brighton, Glenn Murray. I know he's getting on a bit now, but he come in our team and bagged some goals in this league.
100%.
And Dave Twine wants to know if you were playing ketchup with a ketchup with a ketchup.
Catch up with the ketchup, I was, when I found it.
Oh dear. Scotty Vaughan, Troy Deeney, no chance.
No.
Anybody, Mike Smith says, anybody else notice that Blues haven't been on a home unbeaten run since Pucker Pies left? Love it. And have I been playing with the Clippers again and forced Mrs. Brown into having to wear a hat? No, I haven't. And he's still got his headphones on.
He's miles away there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in his own little world. Is he asleep? We've got the Bordesley Bear in with us tonight. Tell us all about the Bordesley Bear.
The Bordesley Bear.
Would you bring him, Fred?
Where is he? Yeah.
As the Bordesley Bear started, we had an Easter, I think it was Easter, for Kids Need Both Parents.
Yes, KBB. Yeah.
The Bear was actually one of the raffle prizes, and they won. As it was, the club won the Bear as the raffle prize.
There he is.
So what we done, we just thought we get him a Blues kit, and we just take him to a couple of away games. Try to convince him to be a Blues fan. So he's got the Saddlers hat on, obviously, because we do sell the Saddlers range. We have to put that out there. We do sell the Saddlers range. So while he's been about and done a couple of away games,
just put them beers behind it if you would. Rest him.
That's it. That's perfect.
There he is.
So he's done. I think he's done Forest. He went to Forest with you, didn't he, Fred? And I think he's been to somewhere else. He's also met a couple of famous people, Barry Floyd, Trevor Francis, who signed his shirt for him.
Yeah.
So.
Has he seen us win yet?
I always falling asleep. Can't keep putting crates of beer behind him.
Where else have you been?
That's how I sit on the floor at home.
So yeah, I said he was something we had from Kids Need Both. Something we just thought we'd do, because obviously one thing we do try and promote is obviously kids. Obviously, I've got a younger son who's 11. We're trying to promote kids. So what we do is obviously bring them to the club. Yeah. They're allowed to come in the club. We don't tell them stop running around, stop messing about. It's the
kids, aren't they?
The kids aren't at the end of the day. And let's be fair, they're not only my future as a licensee, but these are the future of our club as well. So we need to make these guys be as comfortable as we can, the little ones, and go forward. And
on the Cardiff day, they weren't running around like headless chickens or anything like that. They were having a game and this
yeah.
They were well behaved.
If they're comfortable, let's be fair. Happy kids, happy parents.
I might just thank Linda Ensor actually, because as a special guest of Linda's for the nice words we said about Jack the other week. Mm-hmm. Sitting there, Lynn, where's the toilet door? Go out the doors and it's just on the right. Yeah, the ladies is. Sent me to the ladies' toilet.
The seal broke again.
No, that's the seal.
Yeah.
Oh no, the seal's broke on the toilet. Classic moments. So
we got the. Do you want to draw the alphabet, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have we got it? Yeah, it's there. Look.
Just in that little part. That's it. This one, no, this one.
Yeah,
That
just
one,
while,
yeah.
just while you're doing that, Steve Portman's made another good comment here. If we had the financial backing, we'd have a box to offer to those who need it most. In the meantime, we're trying to get the photos sorted, being ongoing concern for a while. Cost has been a major contributing factor. We have limited funds, but we're all trying to aim it all in the right direction. We have had the sensory packs made alongside Jeff Horsfield Foundation and donated these to BCFC. Free hot drinks is something else we'd like to try and get reinstated during bad weather. Try and get reinstated during bad weather. I don't see any reason why a free hot drink.
Wouldn't hurt, and would it just take him down? Cup of
Pennies,
coffee, hot
pennies,
chocolate or
innit?
something, and he'd shut him.
Pennies. Oh, don't Freddie want to do it?
Let Fred do.
Do you want to do it?
Go on, Fred.
Yeah, come on then, Freddie. Right, here we go. This is Alphabetti Blues. We pick a letter out each week, and it's your favourite player with the surname of the one that Fred picks out now. As long as we don't duplicate it again.
Let's have a look. I was gonna tell you. That is M. No.
Cool, blimey. He only gets one job, honestly.
That is M for mother.
M for mother? Yeah, I'd say that was an M. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Freddie.
Thank you, Freddie.
So, M. So, who are you going to start off with?
James McFadden.
Right.
Random one. Mario Melchior.
Mario Melchior. Good call.
He was all right, wasn't he? Michael Morrison.
Yeah. Okay.
Favourite player, beginning with the letter M, ever to play for the Blues.
Let the people
We'll
decide.
always go by our viewers' votes, the most votes every week.
Yeah, Montero looked good, says Graham Haynes.
There's another one.
Just need to, we need to keep him fit.
Gary Monk, yeah. Clinton Morrison.
And I do have a little bit of a fig rolls. Oh,
Fig
somebody
rolls.
gets a packet of fig rolls out, mate. I am going to mug them and steal them off them.
Oh, hang on a minute. Steve Portman, Gil Merrick.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve, Ravel Morrison from Mike Smith. Nigel Mann says Monk. Well, he didn't play for us, did he?
No.
Has to be a Blues player. And Gregory Beasley is saying, good evening, everybody from Porthcawl. Good evening to you.
Mwamba.
Another solution from Ray: remove a row of seats at the back of the paddocks in the main stand would probably help Excessive Blues. Of course, it would. It's not easy to come up with these solutions, is it? Not hard, I mean, to come up with.
Tell you what, you forget, don't you? We've had some good players. who
Good
said
call
that
from
the-
John, David Curry there, John McCarthy.
That's a good shout.
He's a good shout, yeah.
Marcelo, he was a good striker.
Blimey. Much. Bleeps raising.
Jordan Much. Obafemi Martins.
Oh, God, blimey. Yeah.
Chrissy Marsden, someone's put up there.
And nobody. Oh, yes,
Who's
Peter
good?
Taylor. Peter Taylor's gone for Obafemi Martins. Lindsay Phillips Mahoney. John Blaw's gone Clinton Morrison. Another good shout. Malchiot from Gregory Beasley. John Blaw's gone Clinton Morrison.
Mwamba was a good player.
Paul
for us.
Marden from Trevor Smith.
He was good.
Marsden,
Marden,
you meant.
centre.
Yeah.
Paul Marden, Chris Marsden.
Chris Marsden, yeah.
Clinton Morrison was okay, wasn't he?
Mike Smith says he loved Mwamba. Adam Wilkes wants Mwamba. Nick Rawson's gone Merrick. There's been 3 off so for Gil Merrick so far. Clinton Morrison's getting a fair few votes in. Van Mierlo.
Another one, David Murphy. He was a good left back.
Yeah. Good shape.
And Trevor Matthewson from Ray Holbrook. God blimey, that's a shout.
Magoma.
I'm surprised Amy Gill has not come up with Magoma, to be fair.
Sally Clay and Fig Rolls. Fig Rolls. Next time I'll meet you, Sally.
I've just thought of Ted McMinn, but I don't think he was that good.
He was solid, though. He was. He was like a tank, wasn't he? Just run through everything and anybody.
Yeah. I wouldn't compare him to James McFadden, though, or Chris Marsden, or Clinton Morrison, and people like that.
And Steve Portman's replying to Ray, but I like sitting in the front of the GML. There you are.
Good shout from Buzz Zack as well, Gary McSheffrey.
Yeah. Yeah, a
He was,
couple of cracking
he was
seasons.
very, very good.
McCracken. Tony Van Mierlo, that one. Gary McSheffrey. Tony Morley from Lindsay. Right, okay. Ow.
Did he?
David Murphy was seriously underrated, gutted when that injury finished him. Yeah, Pete, definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, very good player.
Martins from Maury Minute.
Well, Martins is in folklore, isn't he? Yeah. But obviously he only made, 4 appearances for us, was it? Something like that?
He made the most
Right,
important.
while that's rumbling on then,
Yeah.
we're all still on camera. No, nothing's being blocked, is it? Right, okay. Okay. Just remind us again about the Defenders Night that's coming up.
Defenders night, it is Tom Ross. We have been working closely with Tom and the Former Players Association. Tom does an awful lot of work. I know we had a charity game Sunday as well. So we've sat down with Tom, we've had a meeting with Tom. We've actually planned 4 of these with Tom, but we're going to actually go with the Defenders one first.
Right.
So it is, the original plan was to have Liam Daesh, Martin Granger and Michael Johnson. We then got a phone call 2 weeks ago from Mr. Roger Johnson.
Right.
He does want to come back to the club. He wants to hold some part in the club. He feels that he needs to put his side.
He was going to come tonight, wasn't he?
Yes, he was going to come tonight, but he was otherwise occupied. He couldn't make it. Obviously, he touched out to me and Ada, the other lad who obviously helps me run the club. And he wants to... He's actually asked Tom, the first question he wants to be asked is about that transfer to Wolves. Okay. He's got something to get off his chest. He won't tell us what it is. So, 6th of December.
It would have been a slightly less than ideal situation to have done it here tonight.
Yeah. We wouldn't have gone into detail.
Yeah, because of that night. But it would be nice then to get him in after the 6th of December, and then he can really spread it out. He
wants to get back involved with Birmingham City Football Club.
Right.
His passion is with Birmingham City Football Club.
He's got his coaching badges.
So it's...
Does he?
Let's get him sorted, the Defenders night, and I think he'd be quite happy to come on here, to be fair.
And I do think it would be wise for us to wait, to hang, because obviously Gobby here would be wanting to ask him every question.
And me as well.
Not to spoil your night for you or
anything. It'd be hard. I said when he mentioned it to us on the phone, well, what happened? Go on, tell us what really happened. And he was not going to go into any details here, but I said,
which is wise,
6th of December, doors open at 6 o'clock. First 2 defenders will come on at 8. Then there'll be 45 minutes to 50 minutes, and then obviously the second 2 defenders will come on after that. It will be hosted by Tom. It's £10 in advance, £15 on the door. Yeah. Tickets are still available, but we will say, since the Johnson announcement, we have had an increase in people now showing attention.
People want to know.
He was a good player for us.
Yeah, so
very good.
6th of December.
That partnership was incredible, wasn't it?
Him and Dan, very good. Very good.
And obviously, like we do in most events, the Barry Fry one was always going to be awkward, but we obviously, kids are still allowed to come to this event as well. We don't stop kids coming in. So anyone under the age of 14, you get free entry as well. So
that's pretty good.
That's good.
That's decent, mate. Honestly, that's proper. That's a proper club, that is.
So
love that.
But we will say, book in advance. Don't take the chance on the door, just in case. Because obviously we do have to stick to our capacities. Yeah. If it is sold out, it's not nice telling people when they turn up that you can't get you in. We haven't got enough room to get you in.
Book your tickets now. Book your tickets now.
So what's he doing now? Is he coaching now? Is he? Or?
He's up at... from what I spoke to him on Friday, he's playing at Telford. From what I'm led to believe. He's still actively involved at Telford at some point. Aid, to be fair, the other lad, he's had a lot more contact with him and a lot more conversation with him. He asked him once about doing a video to promote him, which obviously we put the video on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram last week, and he wanted to do that off his own back. It's. I must admit, we were looking forward to tonight anyway. We're bringing Daisy and Granger back anyway. Now with obviously Johnson being there, it's going to add a little bit of spice to it. Because a lot of people have got their own thoughts on the transfer.
I don't have any thoughts on it. So what I'd like to, I can't wait to hear what from.
Ultimately, if you get relegated,
kind of the horse's mouth, really, isn't it?
Any player that's too good to play in the division that you're in, and there's a division above to go to, even though obviously it never worked out for him. I don't think anybody wouldn't have done what he did.
No, let's see what he comes up with.
Yeah, Tony Morley says Lindsay Phillips played for us the first half of 1985, I think. Danny Murphy from Robert Preston. Siobhan Kenny McCarthy, he was a good player, wasn't he?
John McCarthy was very good.
Clinton Morrison all day long, first goal against the Vile from Stephen Gill.
What a moment that was. I remember that.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to faint when he scored that, I remember. When you have like a head rush and you feel a bit dizzy. Yeah. That's the way I felt when he scored that goal. Yeah, it was just incredible, wasn't it?
It was unbelievable.
And Kev Kelly, best defensive partnership we had for the last 15 years. Johnson and Dan, individually limited but together fantastic.
And to be fair, even when Dan done himself at West Ham, and I suppose it's the same as Dean and Morrison towards the start of this season. With Morrison not being there, Dean looked shaky at times. Johnson obviously pulled himself together with Dan not being there, and then obviously went on to win the Carling Cup. And
I think the best I've ever seen is Cunningham and Upson. They were the best
shout.
that I've seen.
Good shout, those.
Johnson and Dan were close,
Yeah.
but Cunningham and Upson for me were the best.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for sharing, guys. There's lots of you doing it. Ooh. Has he gone again? He's just gone.
He's had enough, hasn't he? He's gone.
He's walked out. He's walked out on us. Craig Courtney, proper hard knock night. Can imagine all of them as part of the Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Well, we've got, I think Daishi, we're not too sure about Daishi, but Granger's definitely stopping down. So Granger will be there for the night to enjoy himself. So, and as I said, when we do these...
So have you organised him a hotel?
Yeah, he's in a hotel, yeah. He's
Right,
stopping
okay,
in,
it's all right,
Granger's
because
stopping over, yeah.
I might be stopping over because it's Reading, but I might be sleeping on your...
Formula One.
I might rough it and sleep on your floor.
We was going to put him on the benches over the back, boy. He's bringing his partner with him. But no, as I said, with these nights, obviously with the Barry Fry night, the Trevor Francis night we done was a little bit different.
Yeah.
Trevor's obviously he's the champagne of Birmingham City. But even when we had Barry Fry there, we had like a photo booth. Barry was there and he jumped in the photo booth. He interacted with everyone. And these guys will do exactly the same. So don't think when you come there, if you've got a shirt that, well, I've got no chance of getting it signed. These lads love the club. So they love Blues, they love the fans. At the end of the day, they know the fans made them. If you've got any memorabilia, these guys will sign it as well.
Superb.
So don't ever think. And you will be able to interact with them.
I might bring
Just
everything over.
Just like me and you standing at the bar. That's exactly what they'll do. They'll stand at the bar and they'll have a pint with you
I've
as
got a
well.
whole bedroom dedicated to Birmingham City. Promise you.
What could have put Granger at your house? And you could stop.
Come if you want. He's buying the beers. Ladies and gents, the shirts that were worn by Birmingham City at Saturday's game are being auctioned. The auction is currently live, and that auction closes on the 13th of November, which is the day after tomorrow, at 3 p.m. If you do want one of those signed poppy shirts from this year, then put your bids in. All money raised from that will go to the Royal British Legion. What can I say?
They've done that the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
K2 got themselves into trouble again the weekend.
Go on, I've not heard.
Right in front of us, that was with the Fulham fans. I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah, there was about a group of
they
10
all
kids
seemed
running
to-
towards the front when
The
they
Fulham
scored.
fans, fair play to the players, they threw the shirt in, but they were pointing out.
Was this after the game had finished?
Yes, there's
Oh, right, okay, well,
there's a couple of videos going around on YouTube and whatever, and once again, it looks like they've given 10 heavy-handed on one Fulham fan on his own, but
Allegedly.
it doesn't surprise me with them.
Allegedly.
There's a good shout. Trevor Matthewson.
Oh. Yeah, he was a
good
good player.
centre-half.
Yeah, proper he was.
Him and Vince Overson. A bit before your time, that, isn't it? Showing the 4 years I've got on you there, mate.
That's it. 4 months.
Mrs. Brown, do you remember last time we went to Huddersfield? Yes. What a great day that was.
Oh, that was a great day.
With the Villa coffin.
Was it, wasn't it?
Oh dear. Great days. Love me away days, me. Right, so...
Tom Dent said the Barry Fry night was a cracking night. A lot of people have said the same thing.
He was as mad as a box of frogs.
I've written to him to try and get him in, but I've never had an answer off him.
He's got his contact. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I know he does a lot down. I know obviously he's still
Yes, of course,
heavily
yeah.
involved with Peterborough at the minute. But no, we can pass his details on.
Superb.
Have a problem. Or if not, speak to Tom. Tom Ross has got
Yeah.
good links as well with him. So.
I forgot that he was involved with Barnet, you know, because I went to with work. I was
Yeah,
at
he was originally,
I was at the Hive, which is Barnet's like little complex down in London, and he's actually stood on. There's a picture of him on the stand holding up a trophy.
Right.
You know, I thought Barry Fry. What's he doing here? And then I just remembered that he was at Barnet quite a few years before us, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was before he went to Southend, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Then he came to us.
They were some funny days, weren't they? They were the best.
His stories were funny as well.
They were proper funny days. They
The
were.
fact when he walked into when he signed his management deal at the Blues, the fact that he walked into the room and Caddy Brady was sitting there, and he generally thought his luck was in, and then he didn't see Sullivan and Gold sitting the other side of the room as well. So you've got to get him in. You've got to get him in. He is good.
Yeah,
He is
yeah.
good.
Going back to Steve Portman, had a lovely conversation with Steve on Saturday, and he's asked me to thank the Wiseman family for all those contributions, for everything that they do for Excessi Blues. So there you are. There is a thank you to the Wiseman family for everything you do for Excessi Blues, and keep it up. These guys need your help. Can't be easy. You know
No.
what I mean?
Mm.
Can't be easy.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, none of us is perfectly healthy. To be fair, I mean, I've got it this morning. I'm a chuffing right state again. Got to put a kitchen in this week. Oh well. Me. I ain't as old as you, am I?
We've got the hat trick ready, Chris?
Who? Right. I want to know who looks older, me or Chris Brown? I've had dogs.
Well, you answer that one.
I've had dogs abuse on
You're
Facebook
not
this
here every
week.
week, so...
I've had dogs abuse on Facebook this week. Some photos that have been. It's just so funny. These lot are brutal.
I'll answer
I
at
love
9:05.
it. You do what? Sorry.
I'll answer at 9:05.
Yeah.
One clip this week, I'm afraid.
Have you?
Yeah, so I just never had time.
Oh.
So if you can think of 3 questions to that last one that you sent me.
Is that one? Is that the one you've got?
So, yeah,
The last one I sent you?
You can think of 3 questions to that, and we can still call it sort of nothing, can't we?
I can't think of one question. I can't remember what it was. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I know. Okay.
You know what I mean?
To be honest, though, it'd be more difficult, wouldn't it? Because it's only 5 seconds.
It is, yeah.
So that,
But they've been really easy, like, you know, they've been really easy.
so hopefully 5 seconds of that
Yeah.
might be a bit more difficult.
This is going to be really difficult, I think.
Okay.
Anybody won the rights for the TV this week?
No, we're going to do that monthly now.
Monthly. Okay. All right then. We may as well do the competition for last week with the shares, then, please, Mister.
We're going to, yeah. Do you want to do that now? Or?
Absolutely.
Okay, then. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
absolutely. All you got to do is share the stream on your personal Facebook page to be with a chance next week of coming out of the draw. The Tilton Talk Cup. This, Fred. Good lad.
Tom Gent.
Tom Dent. D-E-N-T.
It might be Ghent.
Gent. Tom Gent.
I just mentioned him as well.
Have you? Why have you just mentioned him?
About the Barry Fry thing.
All right. Well, Tom Gent, there you go. You are a winner this week. Some goodies will be on the way to you. Mrs. Brown will be in touch with you.
Yeah.
And
Message me, Tom.
get your address and one thing and all that. Right. Last week I took down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 predictions that came up on the screen. Right? Not one got it right.
Nah.
Not one got it right. You were the closest, but you were the wrong way round.
Yeah.
So unlucky. So you win nothing.
Nothing. I don't think many of Blues fans are going to back against us, though, are they?
No.
I couldn't do it.
No.
Many Blues fans are going to what, sorry?
Like, say that we're going to lose, you know what I mean?
No, I had better expectations for that one, I must
Yeah.
admit. But Fulham are a strong side.
Bit of a bogey side as well. You never know what you're going to get with Fulham.
They lost at home to Hull, didn't they, the week before?
Yeah,
Was it 3-0?
Mm.
So they're a bit inconsistent.
Yeah.
They conceded quite a few.
Somebody mentioned safe standing earlier. Would you like to see safe standing come back? Well, not come back, but be introduced.
Is it working at Celtic? Is it Celtic Park?
I don't never bother looking, to be fair.
I know Man United are looking into it as well, aren't they? They're trying to get one. Maybe try a small area.
Yeah. Because those guys in Block 4 still stand, don't they?
Yeah.
Back of the Tilton still stand quite often. Block 39. They're still standing
Crystal
up there.
Palace have got their front 2 rows at Crystal Palace, Selhurst Park. They all stand as well, don't they?
Is that a standing area
well,
now?
no, they're pretty much similar to Block 4 with the Blues.
Yeah.
They've pretty much just took the same sort of
Stance.
priority stance that they're just going to stand and that's it. So I suppose it's an awkward situation. It's an awkward one. It's an awkward one.
Yeah.
It is an awkward one. Right, okay, so Paul Molden, Marcello. Why not make some limited edition shirts to sell in the run up to Remembrance Day with a poppy on, with amount of all sales going to the British Legion? Well, Adam, you're just too full of good ideas, mate.
Right then, Paul, can you think of 3 questions for this, for the answers for this?
So who was the goal scorer?
Yeah,
Who was it against?
yeah.
And what was the year?
All right, okay. Wanna play?
There we go. So we're going to play you a clip
Virtually on the
now.
goal line where they've had their fair share of pressure, haven't they? What a fight.
And again, please.
Virtually on the goal line where they've had their fair share of pressure, haven't they? What a fight.
Who was the goal scorer? Who was it against?
And what was the year?
What was the year?
We'll give a little clue later.
You've no clue? You've no idea?
No, is it?
No.
I'll have to listen to it again.
Shame on you.
I'll have to have a listen to it again.
Shame on him, I've got no idea either.
I'm only saying that because I know.
Virtually on the goal line where they've had their fair share of pressure, haven't they? What a fight.
There we go. Sally Clay says she was proud of our mascot taking their only mascot in front of their fans, unlike Cardiff, where Cardiff mascot was actually goading the Birmingham City fans. It was a bit of a silly situation, really. Shouldn't be allowed. They should have more common sense. It is at a high-level football game, which, you know, nobody wants to see any incidents ever.
Kevin Kelly, Alan Smith commentating is correct, but that wasn't one of the questions, but correct.
Right, Tom Gent also said would highly recommend getting down the Bordesley Labour Club. Fantastic place. Boom. So, a lot of support there for you, mate. When Barry threw that full bottle on the stage, I thought, watch the electrics, said Dave Twine.
He done it twice.
Really?
So he had a bottle of water in the first half and he dropped it. And I said, don't do that again. He said, the first thing he done when he come back out, another bottle of water all over the floor. So.
Yeah, I see. I work quite often in. Well, I was 42 years a DJ, but then I still work in sound engineering or anything like that, even though I'm half deaf due to all the loud music. And you just don't allow water near that equipment ever. Not ever, ever, ever. It's just it's not even a unwritten rule. It's just like no, move. Yeah, because so much can go so wrong in a split second. And it can actually do a lot of people damage as well, because it can travel down the. Right, Paul Sterndale, 2010 versus West Ham Bowyer.
No.
David Davis against Villa, 2018 from Robert Preston.
No, that was 2016, but
Obafemi Martins versus Arsenal, 2011, Buzz Tack.
Nope.
Zigic, Arsenal, 2011, Mike Smith.
Nope.
And Steve Portman, thank you for everyone who's given Accessory Blues items to use towards our Xmas raffle tombola and auction. Anybody else wishing to donate items, please get in touch. All proceeds will be used to getting things implemented for disabled supporters. Raffle tickets will be on sale in the next couple of weeks, and proxy bids will be accepted for the auction items.
Do you want to play it once more, Chris?
Robert Preston, David Davis against the Villa.
Should we do it once more?
Yeah.
Virtually on the goal line where they've had their fair share of pressure, haven't they? What a fight.
I wouldn't have a chance of getting it. Not a hope's chance. I'll go back to safe standing there. Thanks, Kev Kelly. Celtic had it for 3 seasons now, and I thought Bristol had a test section too. It's commonplace throughout the Bundesliga. And Linda says she can't stand sitting. Well, stand then.
No. Stern John against Villa is incorrect. No. Finally, a difficult one that people are struggling with a bit, which is.
Should we just say it may have been topical tonight?
Yeah,
It may have been.
It may have been. We might have mentioned.
We might have mentioned him in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Craig Courtney wants to know, is Reading Away going to be the Tilton Talk Show Christmas gathering, or are you all going? For that is including Adam Wilkes. Reading Away.
When's that?
We've got coaches.
Should we do this?
Yeah, we go.
Coaches.
Should we do this? Stopovers.
When is it?
December the 8th. It's the day after the Accessory Blues Christmas party.
Not December the 8th, is it?
It's Sunday.
No, is it after Reading's away? Reading away is after the Defenders, not? Is it the 7th?
7th.
Is it the 7th, is it?
Is it the 7th?
Yeah.
7th of December.
I think it's the 7th.
I know it's around there somewhere, so yeah, 7th it is, yeah.
Paul Sterndale has said Johnson. You need to be a bit more specific, Paul, please, mate.
Yeah.
Which one?
Ooh.
Kevin Kelly is mighty close.
He's close, very close.
I hope you can't Shazam these answers.
He's got 2 of the 3 answers.
Trevor John Smith has got it.
Where?
Roger Johnson against West Ham in 2011.
Oh, well done. I thought that would run forever. I did.
It was Roger Johnson. His header from the corner against West Ham.
Yes.
See, we was hoping he was going to come in and we were going to play that and go, you know this one.
It was January, wasn't it? 2011, just before the final. You got me wondering now, or is it 2010?
That was, yeah.
It was 2011.
2011, yeah.
Yeah, it was just after the turn of the year when we played in the semi-final, second leg.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. A question that Paul posed to me earlier. He says, what was your very first game and what memories do you have from that game? So we've got 7 or 8 minutes on this one now. What was your very first game, what year, and what memories do you have? Mine was, I think it was the 8th of December 1973 against Newcastle in the Intertoto Fairs Cup or whatever it was, I can't remember.
That's an amazing memory. Because I couldn't tell you the date of mine.
I've researched it.
I think it was
I've always known that it was that game, right?
Okay.
Because Tony wanted to have his leg broken at Newcastle the week before.
Okay.
And we'd tried to play the game, but because of the fuel shortages and one thing or another, couldn't have the floodlights on, and we're playing it in just pitch black. So they abandoned that game and then played it again.
Yeah.
The week later.
Yeah.
In the afternoon, and that was the very first game that I went to.
Yeah.
And I remember.
I think it was Anglo-Italian, that was.
It wasn't Anglo-Italian, no.
No?
No, it was like the Milk Cup or something like that.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put it out there to our viewers, with it being my daughter's first ever game on Saturday.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know what people's first games were and who was it against and what are your memories of it.
There's
Mine was Hull City in 1989, a drab 0-0 draw at home.
Surely not 1989. we were on fire in 89, mate. What about yours, Ian?
Kidderminster.
I was there.
Beat us 2-1. I think he done for their second. I think he done Bennett, didn't he, from just outside the box with a
horrible
standing in the Tilton corner.
It's about 8,500.
Yeah, it was that's my one. So
I was there with my hair on.
Was that when Barry Fry was there, or was it just
No,
before?
it was before.
Before,
Just
yeah.
before.
I think we're going through all the trouble with the Kumars and everything.
It was the old ground,
now,
wasn't
looking back, now, it was the old ground. Yeah, when,
Cooper, I think.
It was the old ground.
Yeah, we had the old ground though when Barry Fry's first came
Yeah, but
for a couple of for a season and a bit. But yeah, I think he took over just after that.
Yeah.
If I remember, that might have been Terry Cooper.
so keep your eye on the comments and Paul, if you would.
Yeah. So Craig Courtney, first game, Leyland Daft final.
Leyland Daft final.
Yeah,
was your
that was
first
Craig's
Blues
first game.
Oh my God! Did you go to that one?
I was
no,
there.
never went to Leyland.
No.
Never went to
I
Leyland.
did.
Definitely.
I was there.
That overhead kick, mate.
Oh.
It's just there in front of me.
Every other one seems, but not that one.
David Curry, December the 10th, 1983 v Norwich, lost 1-0. First game, Torquay United lost 2-0. Rodney Jack scored twice. That was Stephen Gill. Rodney Jack, I remember that name.
Rodney Jack.
Yeah, that's a blast from the past, isn't it? Like a striker in the 90s in the lower leagues, he was.
No, don't remember it.
Yeah, I do, yeah. I remember him on Championship Manager.
Championship manager.
What a game.
First one I got, yeah,
I used
championship.
to love that game.
We couldn't afford stuff like that when I was young.
If I could get all the hours back I spent playing that game, I'd have hair now again.
Any more?
Yeah, Craig Courtney says Leyland that final. My old man took me and always remember him saying the atmosphere will shock you. Better still, I was side on to the goal.
Shock you?
Goal.
No, would shock
Still
you.
the best goal.
Oh, we would have done. Oh man, what a day! What a day!
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still my favourite Wembley experience, or it's my favourite of all games. That one, yeah.
Nigel Mann, QPR.
The first foray to a final with the Blues, yeah. Boom.
Nigel Mann, QPR. Savage stayed out signing autographs rather than going back to the dressing room. So that's not going back too far.
Well, Mandy Irvin was Fulham away 75, broke my heart. Oh dear, how could you ever have that one as your first game?
Oh no,
Semi-final of the FA Cup.
Paul Sterndale,
I didn't go to that
19.
one. My dad went. I didn't go to that one.
Kevin Kelly, 87 versus Plymouth Argyle, 8,600 attendance with Division 2 Blues, 1-3-2. So he had a victory in his first game.
Sally Clay was took to the training every Saturday, had to recite Blues, Latchford, had to recite Bob Latchford, Francis, etc. And I was only 3. And Lind Magnum, mine was Blackpool away. We went to see the lights. And my dad wanted to see the game, so I pestered to go with him. I was in awe of it. Can't remember anything else. Brilliant.
Just go back to the that cup game at Hillsborough. I fell asleep on the. I come back on the train.
My dad was on the train.
1:30 in the morning. And had to stand up. Had to stand up with notice seat. 1:30 in the morning. Brilliant. And and missed my spot because I fell asleep eventually. And ended up in Wellington. and spent the night on the bench.
No.
On my jack.
The boot was on the other foot.
I think once I started to get into it properly, my first ever favourite player was probably Nigel Glegor.
Greggy.
Adam Wilkes' first game was sat in the railway end with his dad, playing Tranmere Rovers on a wet afternoon. When is it not a wet afternoon? Tranmere scored within 2 minutes of us sitting in their seats and we lost 2-0. Yeah, I'd keep going back.
Yeah. It's in your blood, isn't it? Once it's in your blood,
that's it, innit?
You're stuffed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Smith's brother used to take him as a kid. Never really knew what was going on. Remember him telling me we'd been relegated again. Newcastle and Forsell missing the chance late on.
Can you do it?
Started crying when he told me we'd keep right on ringing around the ground despite us losing and going down. Been there, mate. Been there. Dave Twine's first game was at Wetton Lane. I think we know what that is. 1969 0-0. Very wet. Tony Haitley took lots of booze. Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
I think Paul Summerhill's was the same. Summerhill was the same game as mine. I think Leyton Orient versus Blues. Bob Latchford winning goal. Yeah.
Maureen Minnie. Alan's was November 1956 at home to Charlton. We won 4-2.
Right. I keep forgetting Alan's older than me.
Okay, at the Captain's Club. This is on the Wednesday, the 11th of December. Gary Pendry will be at the Captain's Club, hosted by Tom Ross. Doors open there 2 hours before kick-off. If you're interested in going to that one, get your tickets. Get your tickets. Well, we're coming towards the last 15 minutes of the show, and I can't believe how fast this has just gone.
It flies, doesn't it?
Yes, we've got Bordesley Bay, we've got Peaky Blind Lagers, we've got. I'll tell you what, that's going pride of place. That's going. I'll show you my shrine in a bit when we've done.
No, that's going to go back to the. That's going to go back. That has.
No. That has. I'm on about.
He's on about the pint glass.
Oh right. Oh okay. I was going to say.
Yeah.
You can't kidnap her.
I'm going to cherish mine as well.
We need to keep that one.
Yep. So the M. We'll obviously have a count up of the votes with the letter M. If there's any more to come in, any people that haven't voted,
no
put
one
them in
said
before the show finishes.
No one said McLeish, did they at all?
Say again.
No one mentioned McLeish.
McLeish.
Yeah.
Well, he never played for us, did he?
No.
So, don't forget to tune in next week. Hopefully, we're going to have Paul Devlin here. Paul Devlin on the show next week, so we'll get some more good stories from Paul. He's always got plenty to keep us entertained about. And again, some great memories. Cracking player.
Oh, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, proper.
Yeah.
It was a hard nut.
Imagine him up front now with Djukovic in this team through the middle.
Oh.
The Devlin we had in '96 with Furlong. That's what we need.
But we've got what we've got.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just dreaming, Nick. I can dream for a second.
Yeah, I know. It's difficult not to dream sometimes.
Exactly.
And yeah, but we'll have to wait and see what happens in January.
Yeah.
When the wind is open.
Yeah, well, we've certainly been in worse situations than this, haven't we? You know, it's.
We can't really knock his signings.
No.
To date.
No.
Let's see what he pulls out the bag. Someone's doing a lot of hard work behind the scenes, aren't they? So.
Yeah.
And if we're still, I never thought we'd be in a position to sign players in November.
No.
So when the window opens, let's see what happens.
What did we get for Adam? 16 million.
Yeah.
When you think we got Crowley, Sunic, Vialba, how much was Bella? Was he?
I think
he was free, wasn't he?
Isn't he?
I'm talking players we've actually spent money on. So those three, I think, are the only two that we've actually spent on. Oh, and Jimenez as well.
Yeah.
He was 1.5, wasn't he? So the majority of that money we spent on players that have improved the squad, rather than just players that have improved the team. They've improved the squad.
Maureen says Alan's first game, Alan Minute, was for November 1956. Ooh, before I was born even. Home to Charlton, we won 4-2. Can anybody beat that? November 1956 for your first game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Before I was born.
That is brilliant.
What did you think of Montero when he came on?
I thought he was sharp, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He'd been out with an injury. It's always going to take a little bit of a while to get back into it, but I quite like the look of him, and I quite like the look of Bella as well.
First impressions are good. Obviously, we need with Montero.
He wanted to get stuck in. You could see he was like rooting.
Well, he was like a dog let off a lead, wasn't he, Montero? Because he hasn't played for a while and he wants to play. You can clearly tell he wants to put the shirt on and play for us. But it's just, you worry about his hamstrings, don't you? Because he's very injury prone, unfortunately.
Someone that quicker does have them.
Yeah. So hopefully, if he stays injury free, he'll have a big impact on the team.
I've got a good friend who's a Swansea supporter. He lives down there, and you know, he said, yeah, great player, but he went off, got injured.
Yeah.
What did he do? Pick one up on the first game, didn't
he? Yeah, I was going to say, because he come on, he had a bit of a cameo, didn't he?
Yeah.
Then game after, then it's when he picked his
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
We've had some cracking players down the years that were so injury prone. Muzzy Easy, David Dunn. Players like Izzy and Dunn. I mean, they had ability when they played. It's just we couldn't keep them on the pitch.
Yeah.
You know.
Ray says, I'd like to see Montero with a bit of space running at defenders. Heather Bowen was 70s, Leeds unbeaten run, 1-1. And Mike Smith, Jude took a Montero cross off Hike's head. Duke's head, I think he meant there.
Yeah.
Late on, could have scored. Could have, would have. We don't know.
He was unlucky when he hit the bar, wasn't he, Duke?
Yeah.
That was unlucky.
Good
how
effort.
many
times last season again did we do that? We were hitting the bar more than we were scoring.
Oh, I know.
Crazy.
It's in the bar more than the Bordesley Labour Club.
Dave Twine says a good name for a pub will be the Bear and Gilet. You've got a gilet, you see.
Bear and Gilet.
I've got more work one, yeah. I took it off because there's only one allowed to wear one in here. So.
No, you're very welcome, honestly. You're very welcome. Linda Magna, does anybody think we play backwards too much? I like to get the football up.
Yeah.
A lot quicker. I think some of the midfield, like the passing, was wayward. I weren't happy with it. I mean, like that zippy football that we know we can do it.
Yeah. Right,
boom, 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 and we're up the top of the field before you know it, right?
Yeah.
And
How's
the
it go,
long
Nick?
balls weren't really working. The what? Sorry.
How does it go?
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, right.
You know, have you never heard it before?
No.
Boom, 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 boom. I want to shake the room.
I remember one particular time Crowley had the ball on the edge of the box and Colin was in acres of space and he'd have been all he had to do was pass it to him. And he hoofed it over the bar and he had to pass it to Colin there and he was one-on-one with the keeper.
This is what teamwork's all about, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, and you can't. I'm sorry, right? I would rather see a goal go in.
Yeah.
From an effort where he's got a downside more of a chance of getting one than you've got a 10% chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many did we hit over the top of the crossbar?
I know.
But I think with McCracken now, he'll end up getting fit as well. He'll have a couple of options in there.
Yeah.
Obviously Gary Gardner.
Yeah.
David Davies, Sunjic, Bellingham.
We've got depth, haven't we, in midfield?
Yeah. Kifton could be back as well.
I think we've missed Keith. Yeah.
But putting him and Sunjic in the same team, do we then become too defensive? Or?
Yeah, that's the only problem.
Yeah. Or do we take the leash off Sunjic and see how good he is?
Let the leash off
him. Let's be fair, he doesn't score tap-ins, does he? No. It's one thing he doesn't do. He doesn't do tap-ins.
You watch him score a tap-in next week.
I'm really impressed with him though so far, I must admit.
Great signing,
yeah.
Absolutely. I said it, all the Pep signings. I don't think you can individually pick one out and say that he's made a bad move.
No.
One of his signings is yet, I wouldn't say so.
No.
Oh, well, gosh, we're well into the last 15 minutes. Okay, we're into the last 15 minutes then, ladies and gentlemen. Today is anything to do with football, and of course we've got the Bordesley Bear in, anything you would find in a zoo. Anything to do with a football. Well, bears live in zoos, don't they?
Oh, okay, I was thinking of teddy bears.
No. Oh, you little dreamy world. Anything you might find in a zoo and anything to do with football. There you go. Off you go. Yes.
Just say apologies to those who are watching on Twitter. We're not there.
Well, they're not watching it, are they?
For some strange reason, the stream didn't want to stream to Twitter tonight, so we're not on Twitter tonight. We're live on YouTube, and thanks to hello to Paul Forwell and Kyle, who says any keeper collects that ball, hardly any pressure. He has to do better. He's got to be dropped. It's a must. Obviously, he's talking about Mr. Camp.
Yeah, there's a lot of people with those thoughts now. Yeah. A lot of people have reached the end of their tether with him, haven't they? But
and also a lot of people that aren't in between the sticks game in and game out.
Maybe the international breaks come at a good time for Camp. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
International break.
Isn't November the 2nd?
England's 1000th international on Thursday, isn't it?
Oh, great! I'll really be watching.
This season.
Is it a friendly?
No, it's a qualifier.
I think I don't even know.
Is it? For what?
I had heard that it was
Euros next summer.
I had heard that it was the 1000th game, But yeah, great. Well,
Yeah.
You an England fan?
Yep.
Yeah.
oh no, that's all right. I'm working in the vaults. We don't put the telly on in there.
No.
No, it's a proper old school pub.
Is it?
Proper, yeah.
I kind of get. I felt a little bit like you a few years ago under Hodgson in them Euros a few years back, but
What, the Jolly Brolly?
no, that was Hod. That was
in with the Jolly Brolly.
oh,
as well.
that was McLaren, wasn't it?
McLaren.
But that was bad as well.
We show all live football with Sky Sports, and obviously show international games as well. But
We're doing one of the other pubs in our
people
town,
just
so-
people just don't go out for international games anymore. Sadly enough.
They will do for the World Cup though, and the Euros, won't they?
Oh yeah, you always get an interest in them. But
Yeah. When it comes to qualifiers and friendlies or whatever, and even the Nations League.
In fact, it's on
Yeah.
normal TV anyway. A lot of people.
Oh, I'm guilty of that. I'll watch the qualifiers in the Nations League in the house, and then when it's the World Cup and the Euros, you're out with the lads, aren't you?
Yeah.
Watching it, you're in the atmosphere for that.
Okay, Mike Smith's gone for Yuri Jurassic.
Hey?
Oh, I like this one. Adam Wilkes, Stan Lizard Regis.
Yeah,
Regis.
good. Craig Courtney's gone Lion Messi. Thomas, welcome. Yeah, we're all well, thank you. Well, I've got a bad back, but I won't talk about it. And I've not told anybody that it's my birthday on Christmas Day, ever. Crocker chocolate. Nicola Zugic. Snakes Magoma. Giraffe Horsefield. Gorillish. No, I won't say that one, Linda. That's not a word we use in here.
Bird brain referees.
So anything to do with what you might find in a zoo, and anything to do with football.
Okay.
It's madness, this lot. Madness.
Bird brain referees.
Next game. Seems an eternity away again now.
It does.
Oh, God, what's going on?
Yeah, might doing good though.
Yeah.
You know,
But what
could have done with getting something though Saturday.
I mean,
really.
how many players out of the Championship are
Yeah.
playing for England?
Well, it's not just England though, is it? It's England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, and all the other countries are playing.
We used to deal with it when I was a kid. You used to just deal with it, get on with it, and you'd still play your game. And look
Yeah.
at your player out there.
Yeah.
Called up for international duties, you just crack on. Look
Yeah,
at it.
it's
all
not like that now, is it?
snowflakes nowadays, all of them.
Yeah.
Bunch of snowflakes. Oh, we must have a break. You don't have to
Have we
have a-
got anyone on international duty?
This is the third international break so far this season, isn't it?
Is it? Is he in the Czech? Is he in the
Sorry,
Croatia?
Croatian,
Is he
yeah.
is he in the first squad? Is he first team?
Don't know
squad?
whether he's in the first team squad, but
Did he captain in the 21s, didn't he? In the,
yeah.
Yeah.
Captain.
I don't know if yeah.
Yeah.
Magoma plays, doesn't he? For
Adam Wilkes has gone with the penguin kit. The penguin kit. Oh, that's very good. Q Bear.
Clever.
Martin Cochrane is watching. Welcome to you. You're late. Horse in the field from Thomas. Last championship player to play for England was Steve Bull. There you go, from Kev Kelly.
Is that right?
Mind of information. I'm going to get Kev Kelly in one of these nights because mind of information is cracking. Yeah.
He's got yeah.
Steve Bull. So you're going back like 20 odd years.
Didn't David Nugent?
You know,
I'm sure David Nugent did when he was at.
Where is it, Preston?
He was at Preston, wasn't
I think he was at Preston.
Mike Smith has come up with a good one. Manuel Penguini. Chris Bearcamp. Dennis Bearcamp, sorry.
he? Dennis Bearcamp.
Yeah,
that's not
Gary
right.
Monk. E. Oh, Linda. But that's, it's got to be 20, 25 years ago. When Gary Ball was playing, surely.
Steve Bull.
Yeah,
that was.
Steve Ball.
I remember that. It was in '89 when we played Scotland in the.
He played. It was
What was that
It was
thing
in
we did?
Scotland, wasn't it?
It was in Scotland. He scored, didn't he?
Yeah,
he scored.
He scored a goal. Yeah, scored a goal. Yeah.
What was that we used to play? Like the we used to play something, didn't we, against Scotland and like a local sort of
Yeah, the
tournament. we had.
nations, yeah.
Well, look,
Yeah,
there aren't many championship players that play international football. So why can't we just crack on and play our own leagues?
I don't know. I think the most of the Republic of Ireland squad you'll find, and some Wales
Well, I
and
don't care about
Scotland.
them. I don't even care about England anymore.
No.
What's the point of them?
I just want to be down the Blues on a Saturday. Is it too hard? Huh? Next game.
Steve Bull.
So just further away.
Huddersfield away.
Just further away.
Then after that,
Who's after Huddersfield?
is it Millwall after that?
Millwall.
Sheffield Wednesday on the Wednesday night. Sheffield Wednesday on Wednesday.
Wednesday on Wednesday.
Wednesday on Wednesday, and then Millwall. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have got coaches going to both of them as well. Space is still available.
There you go.
So we've got.
Quick pun over there.
Plug away,
We've got three away games on the trot now.
No, we got 2, and then Millwall.
And then Millwall at home.
We've got 3 out the next 4 games are away from home.
Yeah. Huddersfield.
So we've got
Sheffield
one
Wednesday.
game now coming from the next neon month.
That's it.
Huh? Poxy international breaks.
And then it's Christmas.
Have I mentioned it's my birthday on Christmas Day?
You have?
No,
How about that?
only like once a week.
Once a week.
You have?
Blackburn away. Me Boxing Day.
Yeah.
No, I said it was my birthday on Christmas Day.
Well,
Actually.
it's Blackburn on Boxing Day.
We haven't mentioned that for ages.
That'd be a good day, actually.
Blackburn.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
We've actually got a Michael Jackson tribute on.
Have you?
Boxing night as well.
Right, okay.
I planned
Glad
that
you didn't
ticket.
have it on this weekend.
No, no.
Which one is it? Which guy is it?
It's Mitchell Thompson. He does. He's part of the UB40 setup as well. He does. He goes round with Johnny Too Bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know,
It's the lead singer.
Is he
for
good, yeah?
Good band, mate.
We've been trying to get him for a long time. So
Yeah.
when he gave us back, when he said he had was available Boxing Day,
That was it.
we jumped at it straight
Okay.
away. I said that page is available. It's all over Facebook, Twitter.
It's the day after my birthday. actually.
Blackburn and straight to Michael Jackson.
Steve Ball from Linda. Snake John from Bleeps. Pet Clatet. Nigel. Carol Jennings is watching. Welcome to you. Got Gary Monkey. We've had that one. Paul Dev Scotland. Don't get that one.
No.
Fish Gill Merrick.
Yeah, clever.
Somebody else has got a birthday. Stephen Gill, Sheffield Wednesday on my birthday. Hate it, we better win. Sally Clay, sad to say, but I bet on a first goal. Was told Mitrovic £10 to a 9-year-old.
No.
I had a bet. I hope you didn't have a bet, Sally, on the first goal was Mitrovic.
No. Sheffield Wednesday away.
Ray says Nick's birthday is the same day as Jesus and Brian.
Yeah.
Who's Brian?
Sheffield Wednesday, 39 quid.
Brian.
That's steep, isn't
Monty
it?
Python.
The life of Brian.
Yeah.
39 quid to go to Sheffield Wednesday.
I won't pay it.
That's
No.
ridiculous.
No. Noel Gordon as well, Christmas Day, baby. Noel Edmonds as well. You can always go and watch commentary at home, says Nigel Mando. Thank you. Pep Guardi Polar Bear.
Peter Beardsley. Peter Beardsley, that's a good one, isn't it?
I like Mike so many. Guardi Polar Bear.
So we're having a show next week, aren't we? So we're going to do predictions, are we, for the next game next week?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
here next week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be here next week. Who was here? Who was here?
Always here.
Who was here?
Oh dear. Adam Bill Billingham says, has Mr. Fun left the show? Yes, he left a few weeks ago. His own decision. He decided that he'd run his course, and that was it. We respect him, and we crack on. We carry on. We carry on.
We keep right on.
Too right.
Yeah.
Martin Ranger. Oh, that's pretty good.
That's
I
a good one,
that.
yeah, I
That's
like that.
clever. That is clever,
Yeah,
Adam.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he Googles these every week. He's
Oh, yeah.
sad little.
I'm struggling with them.
Oh, this is I like this. I like this one. Walter Panda Knee. Walter Panda.
Panda Iani.
Yeah, yeah.
Bit like that.
Yeah.
Walter Panda Iani.
Oh, Kelly, you're bringing me back some memories here, mate. Home championships, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland and England was good. Played from like 84. Played from 1884 to 1984. Hooliganism sadly brought it to an end. It did.
That was when they brought the bars down, wasn't it?
When they sat on the crossbar,
yeah,
Wembley, and it
yeah,
snapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was friendly.
I went
because
to
of
the Wales one at Wrexham, one at Cardiff, a couple at Wembley. They were proper.
Proper games.
Yeah, proper blood and thunder international games.
Yeah.
Adam says Martin Grrr, Ranger.
Craig Gill, yes, Ian.
Mr. Gill.
Gilly.
There we go.
Is that the Bordesley Bear I see there? Yes, it is, Craig.
Great. Has he got? Is that his name? The Bordesley Bear.
The Bordesley Bear.
So what I'm going to do is obviously we've got.
So you ain't got a nickname for him, nothing, no.
No.
Nope.
He's just the Bordesley Bear. Well, B. Call him B.
B.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
But obviously we've got the Trevor Francis signature, Barry Fry.
That's
We'll
incredible.
get Tom to sign it. And up
And
to
the
the end
boys.
of the season, and all the boys that we have in. So we have got something planned for St Patrick's weekend. We'll keep that quiet for the time being.
Okay, cool.
And when that shirt is fully signed, it will be going up for auction, with all processes going to Birmingham Owners Support Team. So there will be some cracking signatures on that come the end of the football season. So
I'll sign it if you want.
There will be some cracking signatures on there.
That'll ruin it.
Well, as always, ladies and gents, girls and boys, I don't know where the time's gone to. Absolutely spooky, darlings. The
Unbelievable how
time
quick
goes
that's gone,
so
isn't it?
very quickly.
Flown by. Has it gone quick?
Yeah.
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 Freddie, thanks for coming in and staying with us tonight, mate. You're very welcome to come back any time because the door's always open, Chris.
Except when it's closed.
Except when it's closed. And it's closed at the moment, but it's still open, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Ian, nice to meet you.
No problem. Thank you. Cheers for having us on. Much appreciated. Thank you.
And thanks again.
you, mate.
I must say a massive thank you to everybody for all that stuff that you brought out tonight. It's an absolute, half a van full, isn't it?
Yeah.
Half a van full of clothes and things. So keep on coming in, people, because our lovely homeless friends need your help during the course of the winter. Go for it, go on.
There's a good suggestion from Kevin Kelly as a kind of a new name for the Bordesley Bear. Baz the Bordesley Bear, named after Barry Fry. Call him Baz the Bordesley Bear.
I think B. Just leave it at B.
Just B.
Yeah, just
Okay,
leave it
just
at
let it
B.
be.
Leave it B.
Let it be. Let it be B.
Let it be B. Monday nights, every single Monday through the football season. This is what we do, the Talk Show, coming to you on all good Facebook pages. Thanks to our principal sponsor, Boyle Sports, and Munch's Cafe, SAS Autos, and of course our great friends here at Bordesley Labour Club, who I'm sure will be paying plenty more visits. Room 11!
Yep, you're all welcome. Doors are always open. Just a couple of
Unless
shouts
they're
out.
closed.
Yep,
Unless they're
closed. A couple of shout out just to a few people, obviously the wife Teresa.
Carry on.
Cracking, always backing us in what we do. Ada Riley, another
Yeah.
lad, really
Met him
helps
last
us
week,
push
lovely
forward
guy.
what we do. Gilly, also regular in there, always helping us out. Listen, we love you all. Keep coming, you know where we are, 18 Whitmore Road. You're always
18
welcome.
Whitmore Road, fourth turn in after Morrison's.
That's correct.
Fourth
Down
turn
your
in on the
right-hand
right
side, down the
after
Coventry
Morrison's. 250 yards down there. On the left-hand side, look out for the big Birmingham City signs. You can't miss it. The Bordesley Labour Club, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you.
Thank you. Cheers for having us.
And it really has. I genuinely mean that. And that stuff outside has filled my heart. I promise you. Please, people, keep it coming in. Mr. Sheen.
Thank you very much. Pleasure
Good
as
night.
always.
Freddie. Good night, mate. Thanks for bringing in the B. Good lad. And Mrs. Brown. This has been the Talk Show. It has been remembrance. And obviously, as always, and as every year, I dedicate tonight's show to all the fallen in all of the conflicts, and especially to my other half son, Barry, who was killed in Afghanistan 10 years ago nearly. Hard week in the household, but you know what we do. We keep right on, and we carry on, because we do. That's what we do. Good night, guys. Great to be with you tonight. Thank you very much for all the support and everything that we get doing this throughout the course of the year. Thank you very much indeed. And thank you to you people.
Good night.
Good luck.
Come on, sing this song once more. We are the lads from Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We are the lads from Tilton. We'll support you